How's it going, people? It's Liam Catterson here. We are on Once Upon a Time with episode number 7 for season 4. Pretty great stuff last time around. We had a Belle-centric episode in terms of the flashbacks, especially with the fact that she, of course, knew Anna, and we found out about how Anna went missing, I guess, with Ingrid's involvement. So, yeah, but we also found out a bit more in regards to Ingrid's plan and what she's planning on doing to the whole of Storybrooke, how she plans on, I guess, preserving Elsa and Emma from her little plan. So, yeah, it's all forming together. The pieces are aligning themselves, and it's very, very intense stuff at the minute. So I'm looking forward to continuing this season of Once Upon a Time. So with that said, let's get into episode 7 of season 4 for Once Upon a Time. Let's go.
On a much bigger prize. Such pretty royal princesses will fetch an equally pretty royal...
Ah! I had a feeling this guy was going to be dodgy.
My sisters, go!
He just punted a child!
You're a monster!
You didn't even move! This is on you, buddy!
What's going on? As long as we hold these ribbons, we will be there for each other. We will never be alone.
Except Ingrid, I guess, was in the future. There was a kind of sad sentiment to that.
Fall back in love with Marion, not when you're in my life.
Which is why I can't be in your life.
Your life, but that doesn't change the fact that I don't know what to do.
You need to forget about me.
We love our triangles.
Start thinking about her.
Neutralize her powers, maybe.
Can you read this?
Elvish? No, I didn't even see Lord of the Rings.
To be fair, I was 27 and,
Well,
well, no,
translated.
26 and I never saw Lord of the
Tells us how
Rings.
to enact the bottom. Oh,
Uh-oh.
it's just, magic. I've been practicing
She's
to try
heating
to
it
capture
up,
the snow
you know.
queen. And I guess I must just still be a little revved up. Okay.
Oh, no. Oh, I don't like this.
Hello?
Now!
Okay, let's go. I honestly thought that was not going to work.
You did it. I don't want to risk ruining a special moment for you. Go. Both of you, have fun. I'll be all right.
It is sad for Ingrid, though, that she is wanting to stay in the shadows.
Father,
She just feels burdened.
The dark side and be your sister, buddy, something or other. I'm not interested.
I'm so proud of you, Emma.
No, that's not gonna work. I know that we have a
Emma
past, which
getting
we're gonna
so
get into,
judgmental.
but you're not gonna push my buttons.
I'm being completely sincere. Use your superpower. You'll see I'm telling the truth.
Oh.
How do you know about that?
We will find the author. Good. And I have a few ideas about where to look for clues next in the shop.
Now get to work.
I'm really glad, though, that we have that,
So, the spell of shattered
despite
sight.
the dark times that
Pretty
Regina's
impressive
going
Why
through,
does it matter?
she has Henry there.
That's right.
Family isn't about blood. It is a bond far stronger than mere genetics. Elsa and I are your real family because we're the only ones like you.
I mean,
who
I can
belong
see
together.
Ingrid's point about, family being more
Family
than
that
just
you
blood,
think you
but
have. They may not
especially
be.
with mind alteration, big no-no.
No, they don't.
You've never seen them wince at your power? You've never seen a twinge of panic just behind their eyes, not even once. I find that hard to believe.
Where does this sorcerer live? He lives in a land called Misthaven, and his name is Rumpelstiltskin.
Who would have thought? Not me.
This isn't the same mirror. Why would the Snow Queen risk coming all the way out here to plant a fake mirror?
Because she's a
She
trap.
wanted to get caught.
It's all part of the perfect game, a trap. Yeah. Now, I think throwing darts and drinking not a good combo. Will was just like, nope.
I can explain.
What? She said there's good in him, Will. And when you see the good in someone, you don't give up on them. Especially
She never
if they
did
don't
for
see it
him.
themselves.
He can't with her.
And if you're ever lucky enough to find true love, you fight for it. Every day.
You still believe that? After
Did
everything
for
you did
Anastasia.
into something new.
What kind of potion's that?
Furniture polish.
Ha!
Don't touch anything you shouldn't.
Poor Henry.
These gloves can help conceal your powers.
And stop them?
Well, only if you believe it. Faith can be powerful, but for those who lack it, well, sometimes another solution
It's
is
disturbing.
required.
Oh.
Think of this as your failsafe. If things get too chilly, simply pop the top and in you go. We have a deal.
I'm sorry.
This is something that this is so, like, you do sympathize because this is something that she's longed for, so she can have that normality and.
They used you to break a curse. They're still using your powers.
It's not true.
Isn't it? How many times have you saved them? How often have you felt
You
more
gave
like
up
a
a
savior than
symbol
their daughter? And all it takes is
for
one
protection.
tiny
They
mistake.
gave
One
up a daughter for
accident,
protection.
and you, somebody you don't understand. And you know what happens when people don't understand something? They learn to fear it, and then they look at it like a monster.
Oh no!
What did you do to me?
What she wanted.
All I did is show you who you really are.
You'd heed her words.
And we can help. Just stay away. Let me go.
Oh! Oh my God! David just pushed Tuck! Oh my God, David! Oh, Emma. No, no, no.
Oh, no. Don't do this.
Helga will never know.
She loves you.
Wow!
It's you that I want. You, mysterious flower, the queen to be.
Yeah, this guy can. No.
No, get back!
Uh-oh!
Thank you for showing me what a liar and a scoundrel you are. And for saving me the trouble of considering taking your worthless hand
Thank you,
in marriage.
Helga.
How dare you?
We shall see to it that your diplomatic mission here is over. And we shall send you straight back to Weaselton.
It's pronounced Wesselton.
Stop!
Oh no!
No! I'm so sorry. Help us.
Oh, oh, oh. Holy damn!
But I've tried to live by that code every day of my life.
Then why are you here?
Because today is not one of those days.
I mean, I feel bad for Marion, but I cannot stop loving Regina and Hood, okay?
You killed our sister.
Don't say it.
You're a
No,
monster.
no.
No.
Oi. Oh. Fail safe.
To make all the realm forget that Ingrid and Helga ever existed. My father, the Duke of Weselton, everyone within our borders must forget.
Ingrid did something similar as well.
Yes.
But my dear, I must warn you, the truth has a way of coming out one way or the other.
You mustn't.
So you can venture outside Storybrooke without losing your power or your precious Belle.
Okay.
You want, in short, what all villains want.
And what's that?
Happy ending. At least he tied them neatly.
Everything.
They always have to whisper it, don't they? Ah!
Not only can I do that, but I shall do it with great pleasure.
Why do I feel like this is in relation to Hook? Especially with just how he said, I shall do it with great pleasure, as if he just opened a PS5 for Christmas. Like that sensation, that joyous atmosphere. Oh boy. No, but I do feel a bit for Ingrid. Obviously what she's doing right now, big no-no. But as we've obviously known with villains, and their backstory, there are those who have quite tragic backstories. Ingrid joining that list, really. Especially when it plays onto the whole being different is feared thing. It's a very, very sensitive, I guess, subject for me. But I think it was well done. And I am excited to see where things go now that Emma has been, like, she's feeling shunned and vulnerable. And obviously that's, we were getting, I guess, further context in terms of why Elsa was feared as well with this episode. So, ooh. So yeah, I thought this was a really effective episode and one of my favorites this season, especially learning a lot more about Ingrid and just gaining some sympathy for her, especially in the past. Present day, not so much, but no, it was really, really good to learn a lot more about Ingrid and what happened, I guess, in terms of her sisters and giving a layered reason to why she wants to kind of recreate that with Emma and Elsa. And yeah, it was just really, really sad in a lot of sense with Ingrid accidentally killing Helga and not just that, though, but obviously the whole idea of being different is something to be feared. And obviously it's not in the same context because I don't have powers, etc. Although if I did, I want to be bitten by a radioactive spider. No, but obviously in general, the idea of of reacting in a fearful manner or negatively to being different, it is a very, very sensitive subject for me, especially with me being autistic. And I've had quite a lot of occasions where people have reacted in a very, very in a very, very different way once they knew that I was autistic. So yeah, and just this idea that we have Ingrid wanting to stay in the shadows because she doesn't want to jeopardize anything, and just this idea of being different and that creating a bit of a hostile environment. It is a very, very sad subject. But not just that, though. It's the fact that Ingrid, there is that loneliness that comes with her, and it was only because, and it's only her sisters that want to, like, they knew, but they want to support her, and it is, you look at the present day situation and think it is kind of sad, although what she is doing is a big no-no, especially with how she is putting Emma through that situation, and yeah, but it is really, really sad in the sense for Ingrid, and obviously things became really, really devastating for her when she accidentally killed Helga, and yeah, Gerda had to use the failsafe, and it also kind of creates a bit of an idea of why Elsa had that notion about why Gerda was a bit with her abilities, because it's a case of deja vu all over again, with Ingrid not being able to control her powers, and Elsa had that worry as well. So yeah, there is that kind of similarity there. But yeah, it was just really, really intense. I really loved the moment where just before Ingrid made the great escape, of course, where she put herself in the position of being arrested. She was getting into Emma's head, but also there was, you know, some stuff that Ingrid said that was kind of true in a sense. And that's what you want. You don't want someone just stirring shit, basically, in terms of villainy. You want to add sprinkles of truth to what they're saying. And I feel like Ingrid, with what she said to Emma before breaking out, there is a bit of truth there. And we see when we see Mary Margaret just yell at Emma, which is putting testament to what Ingrid is saying, etc., in regards to the fear of her abilities, etc. So, yeah, I didn't like that from Mary Margaret, not gonna lie. And what made it worse was when she said to David that we failed her, and I don't necessarily think David shouted at her as if she pushed her siblings on the floor or whatever. So I hate to say it, Snow, but that's on you, really. So yeah, yeah. There was a bit of there wasn't so much of a I don't know, agreeable aspect to what Mary Margaret, how she reacted to Emma in this episode from me. So, but especially since Emma's really, really worried, and she's now starting to see I wouldn't say she's starting to see the negatives of her abilities, but this is as devastating as it's been for her in terms of her reacting to her abilities, because they are becoming uncontrollable. And there was a precedent with that earlier in this episode when she spoke to Mary Margaret, and there was a bit of that upset vibe that she carried, especially in regards to I guess comparing her the fact that she never got that chance to grow up with her parents to Neil, I guess. So yeah, and you have Ingrid just kind of intensifying things with what she had to say, with what she had to said. So yeah, it is just very, very sad though with what she said to her, and how kind of truthful that is. So yeah, and I am really, really worried about how this is going to go in terms of Emma going to Ingrid and and for her to feel like, I understand what you were saying. There is that worrying aspect. So it's just, what is Elsa going to do in terms of when, I guess, the idea of everyone turning against each other happens? Like, where is Elsa going to fit in? Because I feel like Emma is going to reluctantly and tragically make her way to Ingrid, especially with how Mary Margaret reacted in this episode, and just everything, and her abilities getting out of hand, and realizing maybe she is like Ingrid, maybe she does have a point, etc. So yeah, but I do feel so bad for Emma, and how she's going through a bit of a worrying situation at the minute. I mean, you saw her in her car just alone and just contemplating everything, and how her mother reacted, and just, yeah, so... Oh, Emma. But yeah, it was just really, really good. And I really loved the flashbacks with Ingrid and Helga and Gerda, how supportive the latter two, should I say, were. And yeah, I just really loved how things definitely did go downhill when Ingrid gave up the ribbons, of course, and that playing on testament to Rumpel's talk about how they can gain such importance, especially with the power of that connectivity that Ingrid, Helga, and Gerda had. So, yeah, but like I said, things just went downhill completely once that the ribbons were given up. So, yeah, and things might be on a bit of an incline now that she has the ribbons again. And yeah, like I said, if Emma does turn to Ingrid, and yeah, I'm just really on the fence, I guess, in regards to how Elsa is going to come into the fold with this. So yeah, but yeah, it was just really, really sad. And yeah, like I said, very, very effective in terms of Ingrid and how she was able to get in Emma's head, and, but also sprinkle in those little bits of truths as well. Like, I especially also loved when she was talking about how family doesn't always have to be about blood, etc. And I do get that, because it is kind of funny. I have someone who I regard as a sister, and obviously we're not blood related, so yeah, and obviously there is not a nefarious aspect to that, to how Ingrid's handling this, with everyone turning against each other and just preserving Elsa and Emma, etc. So yeah, but this is what I'm talking about. There are little moments in this episode where she went to confront Emma and she sprinkles in a little bit of truth, and obviously there's going to be a more detrimental side effect to how Emma's going to react to everyone else when she comes to realize that maybe Ingrid is speaking certain truths about this, etc. Like how Mary Margaret reacted. So, but yeah, I just really loved Ingrid in this episode from both a, I guess, villainous and a more emotional aspect. So yeah, but yeah, pretty good stuff in this episode. I also really loved other aspects with the whole Will and Robin talk as well, and I want answers in regards to what the heck happened with Will and Anastasia, because it seems like something bad happened, and obviously after watching Once Upon a Time in Wonderland, I know the full gist in regards to what happened to Will and Anastasia, but, you know, they are playing this in a very, very mysterious way, if that makes sense, and I am not too confident about how things are going to pan out for Will and Anastasia, so I hope we get some answers soon, because they have been playing a bit of mystique with Will's character anyways, in season 4, so fingers crossed we will get some answers. But yeah, Robin in a bit of a sticky situation, but it seems like he's made his choice. F in the chat for Marion. No, but I mean, I feel like I shouldn't be on board with the whole Robin and Regina aspect, because obviously you expect Robin to choose Mary, and especially in the situation that she's in, and it's not exactly her fault, is it, this whole kerfuffle? So yeah, but Robin and Regina are just so likable, and I just love them together, and, you know, I can't help but just be in awe with them, so yeah. But yeah, there was a great bit of aspect there with Robin's story in this episode. I also really loved Henry. I loved the bit where you know, there's this whole idea of potions, and Rumpel's just giving him furniture polish. So yeah, but it seems like he's wanting to make a bit of a move out of Storybrooke with what Ingrid said. So yeah, that's going to be very, very interesting to pick upon. So yeah, but I really thought this was a great episode. And like I said, you do have that sad aspect with the Snow Queen's backstory. So yeah, and, you know, we've got Emma in a bit of a sad situation with the fact, especially with how Mary Margaret yelled at her. I have to say, I loved how David saved Hook. That was really wholesome in my opinion. So, considering how things have been a bit at each other's throats, in a sense, with Hook and David. So I really, really loved the fact that we had that moment where he just pushed Hook out the way and put himself in harm's way just to save Hook. So, yeah. Good on. See, we got growth, people. You love to see it. It was a really, really great episode. So, yeah. Obviously, there are some things that you do not agree with Ingrid on, especially with how she is forcing this bout of, I guess, negative emotions on Elsa and on Emma as well. All for them three to, I guess, unite and be the sisters that Ingrid hopes to be. But you also do feel so bad with her just wanting to stay out of her sister's way in publicity. Because there is that burden that, well, she sees herself as a burden and her abilities, etc. So, but yeah, obviously you don't blame Gerda for activating the failsafe, especially with how Helga, she became little pieces of ice. So yeah, I do feel so bad for Ingrid, but she is going about this in a nefarious way, and she is creating tension, and yeah, it will be very interesting to see where things go for Emma, especially with the fact that she's utilized magic before, and this is I guess the only occasion when it's gone out of her control. Obviously Ingrid did push that to fruition, but with the way that everyone's reacting, it will create a bit of an upsetting feeling for you. So this is why I'm very interested to seeing where Emma goes, if she is definitely going to go to Ingrid and understand, especially since they had history. Obviously Emma doesn't know, but it's that case of Emma thinking, does she have a point, etc. So it will be very interesting to see where things go. But yeah, pretty great episode. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed things with this episode, and definitely creates some very, very interesting possibilities for the future. I don't know if this is going to be like last season, where we're going to split it in the middle, focus on one arc for half of the season and another the second arc, but no, I am really intrigued to see where things go. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my Media Feeds channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!